ESA, you learn directly from the best players in the world. They'll review your gameplay, show you new perspectives, and outline the steps you can take to shatter the bones of your enemies. Or just raise your skill rating. Book a session or replay review right now on metafy.gg.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 7th match of the first play week, where we will see the match Orgless versus FC Fwigidew on this first match for today, after which we'll play another match, which will be, let me just check in a bit which match that actually is. I don't know it by mind. The second match of today will be Furry versus Votem. So first, this match, which is, like I said, is Orgless versus FC Fwigidew. And then later we'll have Furry versus Votem. My name is Mad Max, or actually Bozemax as I prefer to be called these days. And we're now going to start with this first match for today on the map Chalet, where Team Blue Orgless is playing as attacker and Team Orange FC Fwigidew is playing as defender. The first attacker bans are coming out. The first attacker ban coming from Team Orgless, Team Blue, which is the Finka, a very understandable ban these days, very common, followed by an Ace, which is a little bit less uncommon, but still he's a very good hard breacher, especially when it comes to one of the bigger walls. He is preferred over Termite, and therefore I can understand he can be banned. It's followed by a Thunderbird ban. Thunderbird is like one of those defenders these days, which is like very easy to play with. She just needs to put on her gadgets, kind of like a Jaeger ADS, and after that most of her role is basically finished. She can just play like any fragger or whatever whatsoever, and she doesn't need to be worrying about her task anymore. And especially, of course, the healing station can be very effective, can be used to revive or heal her teammates, but unfortunately also the enemies if they're not too careful. But either way, it's a very effective gadget, more effective than Doc can ever be, and therefore it's very understandable that people like to play it, or in this case, people like to ban it, and therefore Thunderbird will not be played during this match. And the last ban of today is Mozzie, which is also a very understandable ban. It's a very difficult operator to play against, and of course, like, he's very well denying information. Okay, so now we're going to start with the first round of this evening, where, like I said, it will be Orgless on the defense and FC Fwigidew on the defense. So first we'll actually go to the basement bomb site, which is a very like, it always used to be like one of the most popular bomb sites on this map. However, since the rework of this map, it isn't as popular as it used to be. It's not necessarily because the bomb site got worse. Actually, I think it actually got better. But the other bomb sites on the map got more favorable for the defenders, and therefore it's a more obvious pick for them and a more reasonable pick. And therefore we see this bomb site a little bit less often than we used to. But still, it's a very popular bomb site. And in this case, it's FC Fwigidew starting here. So actually seeing some reconstruction happening, some rotations being made. Actually, there's a new line of sight being created. It's actually one of those walls that often gets reinforced. If the attackers, however, go for the breach here, it will be very difficult for the defenders to play safely, because the attackers will be able to use it in their advantage. Actually, the Termite is already coming out very early on. Maverick using his torch to find the Mute Jammer to open, so Termite can open up this wall. We're actually seeing a very aggressive opening here from the attacking team. They're actually rushing in, going for the plant, Termite in, but no, it's Juck FG with the kill there on Dave. That's the first player, the first attacker taken out, but in the end, it's Maverick taking over his place, going for the defuse. The Glass with the kill there, Maxdera, and this way the defuser goes down in the 4 versus 4 situation. With Jaeger with the kill on Set, and Freeze with the kill on Goldies, leaving this round up in a 3 versus 3 situation. Ying being very effective with the Candelas, using a lot of this distraction and reducing visibility on the defending team, which makes it very difficult for them to actually go for a diffuser, even get near the diffuser, or to take out some of the attackers. And this way, they have a huge user advantage over them. The Glass, of course, playing very effectively, being able to look through those smoke canisters. In the end, Taylor was trying to go for defense, but my gun was aware. He actually takes him out. It's all coming down the jug, and he gets taken out by the glass, meaning this first round will go to the attacking team, putting this round to the attacking team, which is Orgless, putting the score on 1-0. So apparently I picked the wrong pick phase timer, which should be 15 seconds if I'm correct. But in this case, I accidentally picked a 45-second timer, which is actually very beneficial for some of the players who are still playing on PS4. And with PS4, the load times these days tend to be very long. And therefore, it's actually very beneficial for them, because this way they get a better chance to actually pick the operator they want. For attackers, of course, it isn't as worrying, as they do have the attacker repick option. But for defenders, they no longer have anything to repick, like no longer even a 6-pick option. So therefore, it is beneficial for them in this case. So we're going to stick with it seems. So yeah, after the first defensive round of FC Fwigidew didn't turn out as they were hoping, they're just going to try for a second time. Of course, the first attack round was very aggressive. Maybe the defending team wasn't fully prepared for this. So they're just going to try for a second time, being a bit more careful, a bit more aware of the situation, of the potential weaknesses in their defense. And hopefully this time they will be able to defend this bomb site a bit better. Of course, this shield is actually going to be very beneficial. Also, the Warden coming out in case the attacking team is going for the same kind of strategy with the Ying Candelas and the smoke canisters coming out in combination with the glass. Warden is going to be a very effective counter. So actually currently I have a prediction running in the chat. It's still running for a few minutes, so if you guys haven't voted yet, please vote for the team that you're expecting or hoping to win. And once the timer runs out, I will try to look at it on stream, and it will give me some very interesting insights, which will be nice to see. Please mind, you don't even need to spend any channel points. You can also do it for free, so there's nothing to lose in this case. Okay, so meanwhile, the first attackers are trying to make themselves inside of the building. One of the defenders they need to be very careful of is the Oryx, that's Goldie's, playing in master bedroom at the moment. There's actually one of the attackers is trying to make his way in Solarium, and actually, yes, he gets found, and it's the first person taken out. My gun, the Ying operator, who had a very big impact on the previous rounds. She is now taken off the board. Yana is trying to take her place, trying to find this Oryx, who already took out one of his teammates, but actually with a very nice wallbang, Goldie gets taken out, and is now back to an equal score with a 4 versus 4. So attackers now have made their way inside of the building. I don't know if there's any roamers at the moment. Currently there's 2 people playing in the basement. Where's all the other people playing then? There's actually Taylor on the top floor here. There's the alibi. Where is Jaeger at the moment? Oh, he's actually playing in dining kitchen. Actually finds one person in this snacks taken out. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Freaks with Fisk with also with another kill. He takes out the Jaeger in this case. It's all coming down to alibi. The only last round, but she gets taken out by Fisk. It's now a 3 versus 2 situation in the advantage of the attacking team. Nades will be thrown out from the Yana, trying to take out the hedge, but in the end it's Max Dara with a kill on Dave Hypnotized, bringing things back to an equal 2 versus 2. With only the Warden and the Muse left versus Diana and the Thatcher. And this will be a very interesting round. There's no hard breacher left, so the attackers won't have any chance to open up walls or whatsoever to create new lines of sight or entry points, which might make things very difficult in this case. And puts them in a very bad disadvantage. Meanwhile, Yana trying to go for a flank from the blue side, but no, Max Dara is waiting for her there with the SMG in hand. She finds it and takes him out. In the end, Seth does find a part of the Warden playing behind the deployable shield, but in the end, it's the Warden going for the final kill, takes out the final attacking player, putting this round on the defending team, and therefore putting the score on an equal 1 versus 1. Okay, so let me check. Is the prediction still running? Yeah, so for 1 minute and 30 seconds, but given the 2-minute delay, once you guys hear this, it will be over. So the next round, I will try to talk about it on stream, because I'm very curious to see what you guys have voted. Okay, so now we will be going to round number 3. After the defenders manage to win the first round, they need to go to a different bomb site. For this, they will go to Master Bedroom Office. In my opinion, one of the most popular bomb sites on this map. I think these days you mostly see Gym, Master Bedroom first. Then it's kind of a mix between Gym, Games Bar and the basement, where I think still Dining Kitchen is the least favorite. Although teams like Benelux VIP tend to pick it. We have seen them pick it last Wednesday even. So still, it is actually all 4 bomb sites are very much playable on this map, which makes it a very nice map to play on. And it's one of those maps that kind of got perfected these days. More and more maps are going this way. Other examples could be Bank, Oregon. What else do we have? Bank, technically. Clubhouse, if you count in the bar stage, which is being played on the top levels as well. So therefore more and more maps these days are being perfected, which is very nice to see. Every bomb site being able to be played, in my opinion, means the map has been fully perfected. And this is a very nice thing to see. Okay, so attackers are trying to make their way towards the building, looking for the first way in. IQ is in play, very useful to actually find some information on which defenders are being picked. This way you can actually ping the gadgets that have been placed, which also gives them the ID on the player if they didn't join the player yet. But also, of course, you can give some very useful and easy information to your teammates, which they can also use in their advantage. So the fact that actually Ace has been banned means that all the only hard breaches can be done by actually Termite hopping in. Usually you actually see the Ace throwing his Ace charges from the outside of the window, but this time the Termite needs to hop in. Luckily the attackers already have control over the southern side of the top floor, so technically Termite can hop in safely, go for a plant in case for a breach in case he wants to. It's just waiting for the EMP detonate to come out, and then actually Dave can go for the breach here. And we'll probably see this any second. Currently there's one player playing downstairs and dining. This is the Jaeger. Jaeger might actually be able to disrupt the attack quite well. And actually he does find the Thatcher. That's a huge loss for the attacking team. The Mute Jammers probably are still being placed down, on the wall there. No, actually Termite meanwhile has been able to open up. It's actually a huge thing for the attackers as well. The Thatcher loss isn't as big as I thought it would be, but still it is a man loss, which is very unfortunate for them. Meanwhile, as the Malusi also managed to find my gun, that's the Nuck taken out. It's now 3 versus 5 situation where also the Alibi gets a kill on Frisk. It's a 2 versus 5 now. 3 defenders alive more than the attacking team has, but in the end IQ makes it a little bit more easy for the team, takes out the Malusi, bringing things to a 2 versus 4. Still the defending team has double the man advantage, which makes things very difficult for the attacking team here. Also, Valkyrie camps are still being still have been placed, but do get found, which is very useful for the attacking team. As long as those Valkyrie camps are there, it will be very difficult for the attacking team to actually get some proper control. You need to be very careful. There's 2 C4s in play, but in the end, the last 2 attackers get found and taken out, meaning this round will go to the defending team, which is FC Fwigidew. And therefore the score is now on 1 versus 2. So the prediction now has ended. Let me actually check how many people in the end casted a vote, which is in the end 15 people. So thank you very much. That's a nice amount. In the end, 9 people. So the advantage, the majority voted for Orgless, whereas 6 people have voted for FC Fwigidew. So yeah, like I said earlier, right now it's Orgless versus FC Fwigidew. Later today, after this match, which also will be casted by me, we'll watch Fury versus Votem. And then tomorrow it will be Misclick versus, let me just check, Entropy Gaming. And the other one is Maniac Suiciders versus Disco Pogo. I actually don't think those matches of tomorrow will be casted, unfortunately. That's always a very difficult thing to find enough guessers, unfortunately. But at least these two matches are being guessed, and if the more matches will be guessed in the end, we'll let you guys know. Otherwise, you will find the results for those on Twitter or in the Discord server. Alright, yeah. Right now it's Orgless versus FC Fwigidew, where we now will be going to the dining kitchen bomb site. Like I said, it's not the most favorable bomb site on this map. A lot of teams actually tend to go to bar games, but it's a very playable bomb site, therefore it's a fine option. And I'm very curious to see the defending team play here.
5 seconds remaining. Attackers are moving to the bomb.
Okay, so as the preparation phase ends, the attackers now will spawn around the map. Look for the first way in, approaching the building, and then trying to make their way in. Zero being played, in my opinion, a very good operator, one you don't see too often. It's kind of like, you can use him for so many things. He kind of has a role of a Twitch, where he destroys some kind of utility. At the same time, also where it's like kind of like a nomad, a flank cam. In this way, he's very useful. Meanwhile, however, his teammates, Snacks, Zofia has been taken out. It's very unfortunate, very early on loss on the attacking side here, which isn't a good start for them. Meanwhile, Dave trying to throw his Candelas. First, he's throwing some smoke nades, potentially to cover his entry and to burn some ADSs. The Candelas will be thrown. He actually does find the Valkyrie, but does get taken out by the castle. And then the castle with a very nice double kill takes out Sad as well. And then Max Darrow with a kill on Freeze, leaving Mygon all alone in this 1 versus 4 situation, where then Goldie's, the alibi, gets the final kill and bringing it around to the defenders as well, which is FC Fwigidew, putting the score on 1-3, which is a 2-round advantage for the defending team. Okay, so currently a 1 versus 3 score. We'll now go to the 5th round, the second last round, before we will have the role swap. So 2 more rounds right now on the defensive side of FC Fwigidew. Currently it's working out very well for them. They're actually the team who picked the defense here. So therefore they're actually doing an excellent job on their pick. If they actually manage to get 1 more round, they have done more than enough, or at least, in my opinion, the bare minimum. If you pick a side, I always say try to get at least 4 rounds out of it. That way you have done a good job. A 3-3 is the absolute minimum, which isn't great, but still doable. But 4 will be a very good half, in my opinion. So for them, just 1 more round, and then they've done a very good job. But at the same time, Orgless 2 points behind. It will be a very great moment from them to actually make a bit of a comeback, to just fight a bit harder, try to win some rounds. Because if they're going to be 1-4 behind, things won't look good for them. So currently we're seeing some extension happening towards the dining area. It's Taylor playing there at the moment. 2 walls have been reinforced. The hatch is still soft. He might actually be able to open up later on, as he has the shotgun pistol. Some more lines of sight get created to also further contest the trophy area. And just it might actually be very difficult for the attacking team to take control over that area. Also, we see Jackal being in play. Jackal, of course, is one of those attackers which is very good at trying to take information just by himself. But in the end, it's actually the Twitch with the first kill, taking out Goldies. Where did he actually find this kill? That's the question. Oh, it's actually a player playing all the way at the upper area of Fireplace, the Oryx, which has been taken out very early on. That's a huge win for the attacking team, as Oryx is an excellent roamer, which has now been taken off the board. Attackers no longer need to worry about him. It's just Taylor currently on the roam, which is currently playing on Fireplace, but as he was spotted, he's now falling back to the bottom side. And it's all coming down to Jaeger, which is currently playing in the dining room area. Well, like I said, we have a Jackal in play. He's excellent at finding some information himself. He just needs to find some footprints. This way he can actually scan a defender roaming. In this case, it's a Jaeger, but he's currently going down the west main stairs. Also, he has been pushed back towards the bomb site, or at least towards the bottom floor. But in the end, Taylor equalizes things by taking out Mine Gun. It's now 4 versus 4 once more, with an equal man count, putting things equal again. Jekyll currently taking his time, but in the end he does drop down. He does find the footprints of the Jaeger once more. He will scan him for the second time. He will now find that Jaeger is still playing downstairs, and it is just a matter of time for the attackers to know that they have full control over the top area of the bomb sites, the ground floor and the top floor, which means they will be able to focus on the bomb site itself. Dave needs to be very careful because actually right below him there's someone playing at the bottom of those fireplace stairs. As C4 comes down, takes out Dave, but then he has to feast with a kill on Eslau, putting things back on a 3 versus 3. Once again in equal man counts. Taylor with a kill on set, a 2 versus 3 right now. Twitch very low on HP with the Jekyll still being full. This might go down very badly for the second team. They need to be very careful. They still have 50 seconds on the clock, which is some time to work with, but it's not a great amount of time. The Jekyll in the end does find the Jaeger, does do a bit of damage on him. It's not a much. And in the end, Twitch is trying to enter the bomb site, does find the default cam, which is very useful to take out at this point, because they will need to rush down soon. Jekyll does find Taylor, does take him out. In the end, he finds, I think it's Juck playing there in blue. Twitch quickly rotating towards those blue stairs. Will soon be able to find Juck. And yet he does find him, does cut him up. He does take him out. It's all coming down to the Jaeger. Jaeger currently playing all alone. A triple kill coming out for Fisk. And it's all coming down to the Jaeger in a 2 versus 1 situation. Jekyll does have the defuse in control, but he's not going for the plant at the moment. He's going for the plant right now, where Twitch needs to go for the cover. No, he just stopped planting. And this way it's all coming down in the 1 versus 1, where there's no time left. In this way, the defenders actually win this round. It's very unfortunate for the attacking team there. They should have gone for a plant, which just needed to cover. They would have potentially won this round, but in the end, they decided to go for the kill. They found things too risky with the Jaeger being too close, which in the end ended up to be a miscall, misjudging, and which resulted in them to lose this round, putting the score on 1-3. So right now we'll head over to the 6th round of this matchup, the final round for FC Fwigidew to actually go for the defense and Orgless to go for the attack. After this round we'll have the roll swap where things will change and Orgless will need to defend and FC Fwigidew will need to attack. I always like I used to like to say, things might completely change when this roll swap happens. Sometimes teams might favor a certain role, or certain maps even do. And after roll swap, things can completely change. Teams might make a huge comeback or completely start to underperform. So therefore, I'm very curious to see how things will end up after this roll swap. But for now, it's very important to see what will happen this final round. Will Orgless take another round, put the score on 2-4, or will FC Fwigidew continue their win streak of 4 rounds they're currently on and make the score a 1-5?
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
Okay, so with the action preparation phase ending, the action phase now starts. The last attack for Orgless right here. Once again, the Jekyll in play, which used to be very... we have seen him being very effective on finding some of the roamers. Currently, are there any Romans? Yes, there is. There's actually Goldie's playing all the way down in the basement, and he actually needs to be very careful because the Yana is sneaking up on him, trying to find him, trying to take him out. Yana is currently still holding the angle. If the alibi actually exposes herself, she will be found, and she does get found, she does get damaged quite a lot. She's still playing there below the hedge, but in the end she does rotate herself back up through the fireplace stairs, back towards the bomb site. No Thunderbird in play, so she will not be able to heal herself, but still, she did hold on to the for a bit of time. They will need to fully scout out the basement area, which does waste a lot of time. 1 minute now almost passing by, which is still a very good thing for her. Even the Jekyll fully rotating himself back to the basement, trying to find that alibi. But in the end, he does decide to go take control over the dining area. Or west main area, at least. Trying to see if anyone is playing there at the moment. Meanwhile, Yana trying to throw some nades from below, trying to damage someone from below which is always a good thing to try. You might find someone, you might destroy some utility, but especially if you do have some information, those nades from below can be very damaging, and that's exactly what we see happening. Taylor just got damaged quite a lot by a nade from below. Probably, actually, no, it was not a nade below. Maybe some shots, actually. In the end, Taylor was being yellow pinged for some time. He did get damaged quite a lot, and in the end, it's Jackal peeking down the hedge, finding Jug, taking him out. The first frag coming down from the attacking team, taking out one of the defending players. Reloading! We're actually seeing a very heavy northern attack, which is not that usual on this bomb site. Very often we're actually seeing attackers playing on the southern side, trying to go for a bridge on the office wall. But this time things are a bit different. Sad with a very nice kill there on Max Dara. Takes out the Valkyrie. It's now a 5 versus 3 situation. Also the Jaeger getting found in the back. Very nice cover from Diana. And Solo with a kill on Snacks. And it's all coming down in a 4 versus 2 situation. With only the Alibi and the Malusi alive in this 4 versus 2 matchup. The Jackal being injured in the end. And also kill from SLL on set. It's now 3 versus 2. With Jackal being revived right now. Jackal is very low on HP, but the same thing can be said about the Malusi, where also the Alibi has lost more than almost 50% of her HP at the moment. But only 15 seconds on the clock. Estella with a kill on my gun. Things have now been equalized. The man count is just the same. It's a 2 versus 2. Hibana unfortunately exposing her location by shooting on the Alibi drone. Fist with a kill. Estella, it's a 1 versus 1 situation. And there's Fist trying to go for the plant, but Gold is shutting him down. Meaning this round will go to the defenders once more. 5 rounds in a row for FC Fwigidew, putting the score on 1-5, and after which we will now go to the roll swap, where Orgless will need to defend and FC Fwigidew will need to attack. Okay, so for the first defensive round of Orgless, we'll actually go to Master Bedroom Office, which is of course a very popular bomb site. I really hope for them that things will go much better on the defensive side, because the attack really did not work out for them. In the end, he only managed to get 1 round out of their attack, which isn't great at all. I think a bare minimum of 2 would have been ideal for them. Of course, more would have been better, but 2 would have been the bare minimum. But instead, they only managed to win 1 round, which isn't great at all. And therefore, they really need to win some rounds in the defense here, because if they don't, if they just lose 1 round, it will already be a match point for their opponent. And if they lose 2 rounds, it will be all over for them. I actually don't know how the group stages are looking at the moment in terms of scores right now. Let me just do a quick check here.
Attackers have located a bomb. 10 seconds to insertion.
Both of these teams obviously didn't play yet, as it is the first play week. Next week, the second play week will start, and all teams will play their second match. But currently, Royal did get 2 points, where Penta did get 1 point. So things aren't looking too bad for this group so far. Whether you win or lose, you won't be in a bad position, as the first match of this group was won through an overtime, for which 1 team got 2 points and 1 team got only 1 point. But currently, Royal in the lead with 2 points in this group. Okay, Attack is trying to get the first control around the building, trying to find a way in. It's Jaeger currently playing on the top of the library hallway stairs, where he's trying to contest the window very close to him. It's currently Yana playing there, looking for an angle all the way to the top of the fireplace area. A very strong position to play in, very good to to take care of some of the rotations where defenders might fall back through. But in the end, as long as Jaeger is able to play here on the top of the library, it will be very difficult for the defenders to take further control. They need to get rid of him, because as long as he's here, it will be very difficult. He's actually doing a very excellent job on covering his back. She's currently playing on the bottom of these stairs. Any attacker trying to near his location will be shot down, but no, in the end, Taylor finds space, does take him out. Jaeger's now nearing the Jaeger. He will try to take him out any second. My gun, meanwhile, with a kill on Juck. And here's like trying to get closer towards this Jaeger. Throws a nade, therefore pushes the Jaeger back, but yet another defender rotates all the way through the basement. It's Dave hypnotized, takes out Taylor, and Stella with a kill on my gun. And now it's a 3 versus 3 situation with with an equal man count on each side. Thatcher currently being inside on top of the fireplace. He will be able to throw any EMP nade if needed for Hibana to go for a breach. Hibana currently playing, God knows where. She's going to be playing inside of the library area. So when she comes off a drone, she will likely go for a breach. So just a matter of seconds for the Thatcher to throw his EMP nade. And then Hibana will activate it and therefore breach the office wall, which will create a new line of sight and entry point, which will be very useful for them. Yanami will try to get control over the library area, using a hologram to scout ahead, trying to find where the defenders are playing. She now knows that the office room is completely empty and every single defender is playing very close by on the hallway, either to the left or the right. So it will be actually very difficult for them to get the proper control here. The wall has been opened, so Hibana will be able to enter, but no, it's the Jaeger taking her down. Meanwhile, the Thatcher entering the building, going for a defuse. But here, Goldies, can she go for the cover? Jaeger is closing in on the planter. In the end, he does find Goldies, takes him out, and also another kill on Maxdera. Another round here for the defenders, but this time, after rule swap has happened, it's Orgless actually playing as defender, and this means they will win their second round, putting the score on 2-5. And potentially the start of a comeback. 5 rounds in a row were won by FC Fwigidew, and finally that has changed. A second round in total now has been won by Orgless, and potentially this could mean a comeback for them. Well, let's take a little look on the scoreboard right now. Things aren't looking that odd or like out of place at the moment. It's just Dave hypnotized and sad, not performing too well for the team. Same could be said about my gun, but in the end it's just like both teams have like 2 heavy fraggers, where the rest is kind of like average or slightly below average. So things are still looking fine at the moment, especially if Seth and Dave will get some more kills later on during this matchup, and then they will be fine for this matchup. I don't know if Rednex actually will do the same statistics like he has been doing for the previous matches. I think he will, and those certainly have been very interesting to take a look at.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Okay, so right now we'll head over to the second defensive round of Orgless, but this will head to the game's bar bomb site, one that FC Fwigidew did not dare to go to in this case, or at least did not dare to go to, did not prefer to go to, and this time Orgless will go there. I'm very curious to see there what a defensive strategy will look like. Of course, we'll see a Mira in play. Mira has not banned. Mira is one of those operators which is super useful on this bomb site. She can play like in this connector area. I keep forgetting the name. I always call it like pantry or storage, but I think it's actually called bar stock if I'm correct. And it's a very smart position to play this Mira. She can shut down both of the bomb sites, especially if you open up the bar wall as well, which is not currently doing at the moment. But also on the top floor, the Mira window can be very useful to keep the control in the hands of the defenders of the library area and keep it out of the hands of the attacking team. Okay, so currently it's Jock entering the building. At first is Sophia. He's being droned in by his teammates. He did get spotted by the default camp, so the defenders are aware of his location. Frisk is one of those defenders which is playing the nearest to him. He might actually be able to go for a flank or be able to shut him down when he's pushing downstairs, which will be very interesting to see. In the end, flank camps get placed, so this way Jock will be able to make sure he doesn't get flanked by the alibi, which will be very destructive if that would actually happen in the end. Lots of droning happening at the moment on the attacking side. They're clearly looking for some information on where the defenders are playing. The defenders are currently playing pretty stretched out. So therefore it's very important for them to know where they're actually playing. In the end it's Frisk with the first kill there on Max there. And that's actually Hibana taken out. Not the most important attacker on this defense, but still it's a kill. And also Goldies with a kill there on Dave hypnotized, putting things back on a 4 versus 4 equal man count. But still, 1 minute and 30 seconds have passed, which in my opinion is a good thing for the defending team. Attackers barely have any control right now, as they are still outside of the building or on the northern side of the map. which they can't really use in their advantage at the moment. So they are trying to further contest the library hallway from the piano room. The defender is currently playing on the top of the fireplace area. I think it's Mygun. Yes, it is Mygun, the Wamai. Of course, he can try his Wamai disc to further take down some of the throw balls, but in the end, it's Jack with a kill on Snacks, putting things on 3 versus 4. But as we speak, Mygun with a double kill on both Jack and Gold is taken out. It's now a 3 versus 2 situation with only 2 attackers alive and only 45 seconds to work with for them. It's not a huge amount of time, especially when you have the man count disadvantage, and they really need to hurry a bit, otherwise things will be very difficult for them to win. Currently, Thatcher upstairs inside of the building. He's the one with the diffuser in hand. He needs to be very careful. If he loses the diffuser, it will be very difficult for his teammate to, in the end, win this round. In the end, he does find the alibi, does find the Wamai, does injure the Wamai. Does he also find the alibi? No, he does not. Alibi, in the end, makes a way out, and Taylor does finish Mygun. But in the end, only 12 seconds left on the clock. Freeze with a kill on Estralau, and it's all coming down to Taylor, the Twitch. She's currently playing downstairs, trying to enter the bar or gaming bomb site. And with only 4 seconds left on the clock, she needs to hurry. But there's no time, meaning this round will go to the defending team, which is Orgless, putting the score on 35, and Orgless winning 2 rounds in a row right now. So as the defenders just have won 2 rounds in a row, once again they must go to a different bomb site. For this, they've chosen to go to the kitchen dining room, avoiding the basement bomb site. Like I said, it isn't as favorable as it used to be, not as popular as it used to be. For this reason, teams these days avoid it a bit. In this case, we'll go to kitchen dining room, which is an excellent bomb site. And I'm very curious to see the Orgless team defend here.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can. Attackers have located a bomb.
So nothing really out of ordinary in the terms of operator picks at the moment. The only thing that attackers really need to be careful with is the cap can, of course. Capcan can be very effective. Placing his traps, this time he's placing only 1 per door or per window at the moment. But of course he has the option to place multiple. If attackers do not fully scout out and hop through those windows or doors with double cap cans, they can get inside killed or injured, or do take a lot of damage, which can be very destructive for them. And can become a very bad way to start their attacking rounds. Currently, Orgless on a very good direction to actually make a proper comeback. They've won 2 rounds in a row, and they closed the gap of a 4-score difference back to a 2-score difference, which is very good for them to see, which is a very good thing. And therefore, I'm very curious to see how the upcoming rounds will actually turn out. Attackers currently still looking for a way in. They need to be very careful because currently a player is playing on the fireplace stairs, which is alibi. If she actually will find out that one of the attackers is trying to go for a breach, for example, like the termite will need to fully expose himself to go for the breach, then she will be able to take out the utility to open up the wall, but potentially even get a kill. If she would peek right now, she would find the Thatcher, which will be a huge loss for the attacking team. However, the attacking team seems to be somehow aware of Fisk playing here. He does find the Thatcher, does take out the termite charge, but in the end, termite makes it out alive. Goes for a second breach here, but in the end doesn't fully put down his charge. Otherwise, he would have been able to go for a breach here. In the end, also, Gold does get taken out, which is the Yana. It's now a 5 versus 3 situation, with only 3 attackers left versus 5 defenders. You would expect that Jack will be able to see don't know who's actually playing there. Is it? It's Oryx. Okay. Oryx currently playing there in the office area. He should be able to be seen by Juck. But of course, we do have the outlines. It's easier for us to spot certain players, and much harder for the actual players to spot them. In the end, it is Juck losing his life. It's all coming down to Maxdera and Taylor in this 5 versus 2 situation. Both attackers are extremely low on health. Just one bullet will take them out. So gunfights for them will be very difficult to win. In the end, Taylor does find Feast, does take him out. It's now a 4 versus 2 situation. Still double the man count for the defending team as for the attacking team, which will make things extremely difficult for them. And especially also with 30 seconds left on the clock, things are not working in their way, and it will be very difficult for them to win this round. Which will mean it will be another round for Orgless here, if they in the end do win this round.
15 seconds left.
It really seems like the attacking team is currently just waiting, trying to bait some kills.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't think they actually are fully trying to win this round. In the end, Maxdera does get found, does get taken out. It's all coming out to Taylor, and also he gets taken out by my gun. A very nice double kill by him there. Meaning this round will be going to Orgless once more. 3 rounds in a row for them, putting the score on 4-5 and just closing down the score difference by just 1 more point. And if they manage to win 1 more round, then things will be equal with a 5-5 score. So after we had a full cycle for the defending team, we'll go to their 4th defending rounds. And for this, they will go back to the first bomb site they played, which is Master Bedroom Office, which they in the end managed to win. In this way, they will go to try it a second time. And if they go for a similar kind of setup and go for execution just as good, they might just win it once more. Currently, the attacking team, which is FC Fwigidew, is struggling to win attacking rounds, just as Orgless used to do in the first half of this match. So if things keep going the same way, it might just become another round going to Orgless.
Adding my +1. Laser gate in position.
Ten seconds left. 5 seconds remaining. Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Okay, so as the preparation phase ends, the attackers are now spawning, trying to find their way towards the building and looking for their first entry point. This time Hibana is in play, a much safer option than the Termite. Not as good to open up walls, doesn't make a hole as big as the Termite does, as he prefers to call a big fucking hole. But still, much safer, as you can shoot repellents from the outside, opening walls much more safely. And yeah, of course, we have seen some struggle on the attacking team, with the Termite charges being taken out, or Termite being taken out himself. Currently various attackers trying to make their way towards the building, but like I said, Hibana can open up the wall from the outside, but if she exposes herself, she does have the risk to be taken out. She does get taken out in the end. My gun and Taylor trading each other, putting this round on 4 versus 3, where the Hibana has been taken out, and currently it's a 4 versus 3 in disadvantage for the attacking team. Sophia makes herself inside of the building, looking for some defenders. Currently, actually, for a second I thought it was a defender laying in the corner there, but it's actually an attacker, knock already inside of the building. And they do now have control of the southern side, but like I said, it's currently a 4 versus 3 in the disadvantage for the defending team, with no hard bridging capability whatsoever, which will make it very difficult for them to get further control over the office area.
Bomb located by
In the end, Goldies does find the Jaeger, does take him out. That's a kill from the Nook there on the Jaeger. Is now back to an equal 3 versus 3 man count, where Jack is currently holding the flank, being very careful, because Freeze might in the end go for a flank there, but he's just rotating himself back up towards the trophy stairs. so he can help his team out from the other side of the map.
A bomb has been located.
Disabling electronics.
Mindset!
Taking point.
Currently only 45 seconds left on the clock. It's about time for the attackers to start to get more control. It's the Thatcher trying to get control over the piano area. Two players currently playing there, where one is towards the bathroom area, where also sets playing on piano room, finding the Thatcher, but no, in the end, Thatcher taking out notice and knock with the kill. Dave with the kill there on Jack. It's now 2 versus 2 situation. Equal man count. It's currently the Thatcher with a diffuser in hands. He should be able to go for the plants, where Goldies should be able to go for the cover. But in the end, he doesn't. Frisk takes out the Thatcher. Goldies with the kill on Frisk. It's now a 1 versus 1 situation with Dave being alive. He should be able to disrupt the diffuse from Goldies by using his Echo Drone. But in the end, he doesn't. Goldies finds the Echo, but they both damage each other quite a bit. But in the end, it's Dave with the final kill there on Goldies. Another defensive win. 4 defensive wins on a row for Orgless, putting the score on an equal 5 versus 5. So first, it's actually Orgless winning 1 round, then 5 rounds in a row by FC Fwigidew, and then 4 rounds in a go by Orgless once more. Currently putting the score on an equal 5-5. A tactical timeout coming out from FC Fwigidew, which is understandable. They won 5 rounds in a row, and after that they haven't won a single round whatsoever for 4 rounds in a row. So right now it's a good moment to retalk the strategies, to find the good vibe, to find the good momentum again, which would be able to help them to win some more rounds. So right now, still Orgless on the defense, which is working out very well for them. They have only defended for 4 rounds in a row and actually won all of them. So they currently seem to be very unstoppable. Maybe this tactical timeout will change things, will disrupt their momentum that they currently had, but also gives FC Fwigidew a new approach, a new way to attack these very strong defenses from Orgless, and to improve these poor attacks of FC Fwigidew, which would hopefully give them some new opportunities to actually win some rounds here. If we actually look at the statistics for these two teams, it seems like they have never really played before in ESA against each other, but what I can actually see, they have played before against each other before, which was in 5TG Season 1, which was back in April earlier this year. They actually played 3 times in total against each other, of which Orgless won 2 times and FC Fwigidew won once. Orgless winning with a 7-3 score and 4-2. Interesting. Or maybe a BO5? No. It's gonna be B5. Very interesting to win with a 4-2 score. I don't know how that happens. Might be an issue with Wikipedia statistics there. And FC Fwigidew winning once with a 3-7 score. So certainly this match is much closer than it has ever been before. It's a very interesting match to look at. And I cannot wait to see which team in the end will win. If you're curious to see this kind of statistics, I would happily suggest you go to Wikipedia, where you can find all sorts of stats, such as win rates, operator bans, round wins, map bans, map picks. So therefore, Wikipedia can be a very interesting source for data. And as lots of PlayStation leaks these days are on Wikipedia, the amount of data available is becoming more and more. Also, these matches will be added to Wikipedia afterwards later today. Okay, so attackers are currently trying to surround the building. Diana is one of the first attackers to actually try to enter the building. She's currently playing downstairs. at the trench area. She needs to be very careful because Frisk is playing really close by. If she doesn't check the corner, she will be found. And then she does. That's Frisk with the first kill on Juck. The Yana taken off the board. Another opening kill for the defensive team here, which doesn't make things look very good for the attacking team, especially as Mygun finds a kill on Taylor. However, the Mai does get found by Goldies. A kill from Goldies on Mygun. Another kill from Maxdera on Dave, but Snacks with a kill on SLAU. Also Maxdera getting in trouble, but does in the end takes out Snacks. It's a 2 versus 2 situation right now with 1 minute and 15 seconds on the clock. A lot of time for either team to work with. Currently, one defender on the bomb side, where Frisk is also playing fairly close by. He's trying to make his way up to the upper area, where Set is actually trying to accompany him. If the attacking team would get a hold of this, they will actually be able to rush the bomb site and go for a plant, which would be very risky for the defending team. But at the same time, they might never find out, only when they're rewatching this stream or the match replay. Thatcher currently trying to make his way through the dining hallway. Default camera is still in play. Fish actually picks a kill of that. He does now get in control with Maxdera. Maxdera is the only attacker alive at the moment. He's playing a dining hallway. His location is known as the default cam did spot him, where the Nuke of course was invisible, but her position did get given away by the Thatcher, leaving Thatcher all alone now, and he does get fined by Fisk. Putting this round on the defense once more. Currently Orgless taking the lead after being behind for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rounds in a row. Taking the lead once more. Putting this match on a 6 versus 5 match point for Orgless. The upcoming round is going to be very important. Either we'll see a winner, which would be then be Orgless, or if FC Fwigidew finally manages to win an attacking round, then this will mean they will bring this match to overtime, where the match will be extended by a maximum of 3 rounds, and it's up to the team to win at least, the first team to win 2 rounds, which will then be crowned to the winner of this match. So first, this round, potentially the final round, round number 12, and it really depends whether Orgless is going to win or FC Fwigidew, to see what will happen with the rest of this match. It will either end or it will be extended. For this potential last round, we're now going to Dining Kitchen. It seems like Orgless is following the same rotation of bomb sites as they have been winning every single defensive round so far. They could still go to the basement bomb site, but for so far they are avoiding it.
5 seconds to go.
So therefore, we can kind of say they probably don't like to play there, or at least prefer the other bomb sites over that one. Some very interesting graphics issues happening at the moment. It's something that hopefully will be fixed with the next season of Rainbow Six Siege. Luckily, it's not too obstructing. And actually, this time for the first time in a very long time, it's actually an attacker with the opening kill, which will be a huge thing for them. This might actually help them to finally win a round. Another kill by Goldies, a double kill from him. That's Mygun, and Dave hypnotized off the board, which is a huge opening for him. Goldies is now currently playing the bar. He might be found any second as an defender is trying to sneak up on him through the fireplace area. He does get shut down. A huge triple kill here by Goldies, putting his team in a huge advantage. In the end, Goldies does get shut down. It's now 2 versus 4, still two times the amount of attackers alive as defenders, which puts the attackers in a huge advantage. Jaeger struggling to take out the Hibana there. He's currently locked in. He's getting surrounded by various attackers. He doesn't in the end find the IQ, but no, it's the IQ with the kill there on Snacks. It's all coming down to Fisk in this 1 versus 4 situation, where it will be very difficult for him to actually win this round. And if the attacking team, FC Fwigidew, manages to win this round, the score will be 6-6, which means this round would go to overtime. Fisk, like I said, in this 1 versus 4 situation, still 1 minute and 20 seconds on the clock, which is a huge amount of time. In the end, he does find the IQ, but no IQ with the LMG sprays, finds Fisk, takes him out, meaning this round will go to FC Fwigidew. Their first round win in 6 rounds of time. They would lost 5 rounds in a row, just like Orgless used to do. And this way it will now be an equal score of 6-6, meaning we'll go to overtime, where the match now has been extended with a total of 3 rounds. And it's just up to one team to win 2 rounds in total to, in the end, become the winner. But as we have gone to overtime, it means that winning 3 points in the group stages is now off the table. You can only win either 2 points or 1 point. Both teams will score a point at least, but it really depends on which one is the winner. The winner will go home with 2 points, and the loser will at least go home with still 1 point for their efforts.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Yeah. Some very interesting architect has been working on the map chalet, a very interesting rework. It seems like making the map look very interesting at the moment. Either way, like I said, the roll swap has now happened. It's still Orgless on the defense, which might be very favorable for them. The defense have been working out very well for either team. And the fact that Orgless will be playing on defense is very useful for them. If they will still be able to keep up with their momentum, they will still be able to win more and more rounds, which might in the end work out very well for them. In the overtime, every round will see a roll swap. So currently, Orgless on defense. After this, they will need to attack, and after that, they will need to defend again. So 2 defensive rounds for Orgless and 2 attacking rounds for FC Fwigidew. Currently, Fisk with a 17 kill count, which is a huge amount of kills. 17 kills, 9 deaths. He's been very useful for his team. He's currently playing in the snowmobile garage. He might find an attacker anytime soon. It's Nuck playing very close to him at the moment. Playing here in the basement hallway. Fisk is trying to sneak up on him. Currently playing in the wine cellar, holding a very sneaky angle there on the west main stairs. It's just up to Goldies to move his position to try to get more control, but he seems to be somewhat aware that someone might be playing in there, maybe a preplay zone or just a gut feeling. It's just a matter of time to see what is going to happen here. Meanwhile, other attackers are trying to get control over other areas of the bomb site. No one of the building, no one actually being inside of the building at the moment, which is a huge amount of time waste for the attacking team. 1 minute and 10 seconds have been passed, and it's currently only Goldies inside of the building. In the end, he does decide to move his location, and he does actually find Fisk. The top fragger of Orgless has been taken out, and that within the first minute and 20 seconds. It's now up to Goldies to get further kills. He does find Dave. That's another kill for him. A double kill at the moment. Taylor with a kill on set, and things seem to be completely falling apart for the defending team, which is Team Orgless. A 2 versus 5 right now, where my gun also has been damaged quite a lot at the moment. And yeah, still 1 minute and 20 seconds on the clock, but things can go either way. In the end, Jock does find my gun. It's a 1 versus 3 situation with 1 minute and 15 seconds on the clock. It's all coming down to Jaeger. He does get found, he does get taken out, and this is another attacking win for FC Fwigidew, putting the score on 6-7, where suddenly Orgless doesn't no longer know how to defend, and this way they're suddenly losing their defensive rounds, which they won 5 in a row, but that seems to be the absolute maximum, as earlier, FC Fwigidew won 5 defensive rounds. Orgless won 5 defensive rounds. And for some reason, no one is able to score more than those. Meaning that FC Fwigidew will now take the lead with a 6-7 score. They're now match points, meaning they only need to win 1 more round to end this map and win it. Where Orgless need to win 2 rounds in a row right now if they still want to win this matchup.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Okay, so potentially once more the last round of this matchup, as currently one team is on match points. Like I said before, in overtime, every round will have the roll stop. So currently FC Fwigidew will need to defend. Like I said before, defense was highly favorable for them as they only won 1 attacking round and 5 defensive rounds in the first half. So defense should be very favorable for them. But we could say the same. We did say the same thing for Orgless, but in the end they did not win that defensive round. They lost it. So things might not work out the way we expected. In this way, things might go very different.
Attackers objective.
Okay, so currently attackers trying to make their way inside of the building. My gun is one of those, but currently it's Goldie's playing behind the cars in the big garage. He does get found by My Gun. My Gun with the first kill there on Goldie's. An opening kill for Team Orgless here, which they desperately need because the match point is working in their disadvantage. And with a 5 versus 4 men advantage, things are working out well for them at the moment. Currently, a lot of attacking members droning, finding information, scouting for defenders. Snacks getting damaged quite a bit, but in the end he does survive and he's still in play. How are things with the Romans at the moment? It's still Jack playing in the basement at storage room. It's really up to the attacker team to find information on him, to scout him out. But as long as he has been able to use his ability, the attackers will never know surely where exactly he will be playing, which will make things very difficult for them. In the end, Taylor does get a kill on My Gun. That's a kill from the castle on My Gun, which is the knock taken off the board. It's now 4 versus 4, once more equal man count, but the attackers just have lost their advantage. It's still equal, but the advantage that they just desperately needed has been lost, which is very unfortunate for them. I believe there's a defender playing downstairs. Yeah, currently it's the Malusi playing in Fireplace, trying to cut off certain rotations. As a defender attacker might be rotating through the bar hallway, he will be able to shut them down. Also, the Vigil relocating himself, trying to assist his team. Jack finding Snacks, that's the Sophia off the board. Nate's being thrown by the sledge, but in the end he does get found. He barely misses his shots on the Malusi, which is very unfortunate. The clock is ticking on. 50 seconds on the clock. Things will be very close. And attackers really need to step up the game if they still want to win this match and just this round. The visual bugs certainly aren't helping, but luckily it's only a spectator bug. The players are not seeing these issues, so therefore they will not be put in a disadvantage through this. It's just a bit difficult for us viewers to see, but luckily the players do not have any issues here. Fizz trying to get control of the master bathroom area, which will help him to get into the piano area. He does find, in the end, Ivana finds a kill on McNarrow, but Estelau and Taylor both for the kill, leaving Hypnotized Dave all alone in this 1 versus 3 situation. And in the end, the defending team, FC Fwigidew, finds the final player and ends this match with a 6-8 score. So currently Gold is of course the MVP of this match, or at least for his team. Also 70 kills, so both teams have a member with 17 kills each. Gold is actually doing a slight bit better as he has just 1 less death than his opponent. But in the end, all that matters is Orgless actually winning this match. I thought it would be a map score for some reason, but it's not showing. But in the end, Orgless won with, FC Fwigidew won with a 6-8 score, and therefore they will score 2 points, and Orgless will score 1 more point. So currently that is it for this match, but we do have another match for you guys in store. It will be Furry against vods, which we will now prepare very shortly. So after a short break, we'll be back with the second and last match of today, Furry versus Votem. So I would suggest you guys just get a drink, go to the toilet, and then after a short break, we'll be right back with the next match of today. So hang tight, we'll be back soon. So see you guys soon. Bye bye.